evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here with some more Hearthstone Arena action. First, we played against... I don't even remember what the first class was. What was the first class we played against? It was a rogue. First we played against a rogue who did nothing and died. And then we played against a mage who did nothing and died on turn 7. So, 2 really easy wins to start this one off. I bet that first video was pretty short. And now we're moving on, so going to be facing some tougher opponents, obviously, at some point here. I think the deck ended up being a pretty good one. I might not have made all the correct drafting choices. I got flooded with weapons, and I had to, like, pick and choose how many to take. But it ended up looking pretty good in those first 2 games. Butler6981, the hunter who put numbers in his name for no reason, is our first opponent. I'm gonna mulligan all this stuff. This is a risky mulligan. I might get stuck with junk, but I have so many 2-drops, so many 2-mana cards. I just am somewhat likely to get something. All right, Fiery Vortex should keep me pretty safe. I do have 2 of them in the deck so far. They've been pretty good about showing up early on. I could have had like 5. I don't know if that's right to take 5 Fiery War Axes and you just start shoving them all at your opponent's face. I don't know. I don't think so. Fairy Dragon. This is actually gonna be the second time I have a turn 2 Fiery War Axe for killing a Fairy Dragon. I don't have that many 6-drops in this deck. I've got 3 and I drew all of them, which is a little scary because I don't have anything to do next turn except for armor up. But if I can kill whatever he plays with the Fiery War Axe and he doesn't have an impressive thing to do subsequently, then the Gnomish Inventor should be alright. Okay, good. So he is just going to shoot me in the face. Whether it's because he doesn't have 2-drops or because he didn't want to play them in front of a Fiery War Axe, I don't know. But I will say, though, that he made a mistake somewhere. He either should have not played Fairy Dragon, because if he didn't have another 2-drop to play, then he shouldn't have coined a Fairy Dragon on turn 1. Or he should have, if he has 2-drops to play, he should have just played them. I guess he didn't have any 2-drops because he's trotting out a 3-drop to die to my axe, which is just fine by me. So let's go ahead and play Gnomish Inventor, draw a card. Very happy with that card so far. Hit that, and okay, we did take a lot of damage here. I took 6 damage in the face from a Fairy Dragon and the Bear, and then I'm going to take more damage from his steady shots, so I'm already at 22, which is a bit scary against a Hunter, but I'm a Warrior, so could be okay. Main threat, of course, is Unleash the Hounds at some point. If I just keep on, plopping out minions, that could be a problem. But, I could also burn him out now that I got these 2 Heroic Strikes and an Argent Commander. That's a total of 4, 8, 12 burn damage. Alright, now let's see if this is Freezing Trap. I want... Well, what do I want? I want this to get frozen up, even though it's more expensive because it draws a card. So we'll check for Freezing Trap with this. It's not Freezing Trap. Seems to most likely be a Snipe. So we'll get the Snipe out of the way with the Violet Teacher. Oh god, it's not Snipe. Well, that means the Snake Trap, and that's bad for me because I do not have any way of killing things without attacking them. I literally think there's like nothing apart from Execute in this deck that can kill things. Well, Wild Pyromancer, I guess. But yeah, I have no way of killing things without attacking them, so my opponent is going to get 3 snakes. He's going to play Arcane Golem. I imagine that's going to go up my face if I'm a man. Yeah, he's trying to burn me out here. Well, we have a little bit of a burn race. At the moment, he can deal 6 more damage to me, so I'll be down to 10 health. Boy, that's close. I think of these cards, I need to play the Sunwalker, Texas Ranger, because I need to protect myself a little bit. I need to at least throw some kind of hurdle in his way. Now, next turn, boy, I could kill him. I've got 4, 8, 12 damage here. I just need 5 more from my board and I should be good. If he doesn't drop any taunts, I should be fine. Is he just going to chuck the hounds at my Sunwalker and he's going to kill command? Okay, that's a kill command not going at my face, though, so that potentially saved my bacon. Bibbidi-boppity bacon. And, okay, we actually got into like a slugfest here. We were both trying to aggro out, but I think my aggro is better than his aggro because, as you can see, I have enough damage to kill him dead. Yeah, just enough mana to play that and 2 Heroic Strikes. I could have also played Fiery War Axe and 2 Heroic Strikes if I had 1 less mana. That would have achieved the same thing. So Heroic Strikes being pretty good for me. They do stack, right? Oh my god, if they don't stack, I would be in trouble. Alright. So a turn 8 victory. I don't remember what turn I beat the Rogue on, but I beat the Mage on turn 6 or 7, and this guy died on turn 8. That was kind of funny. We I don't think ever attacked each other's minions a single time. Except for the Hound. Okay, the Hound's popping the Sunwalker's Divine Shield was the only time our minions attacked each other. If I had not played a Sunwalker there, then he could have dealt an extra 1 damage from the Hound, plus an extra 5 from the kill command. I would have been at 1 health, so I guess I still would have won the game. But if he had had like a Timberwolf or something, and I hadn't had a Sunwalker there, I would have lost. So I think it was good that I drafted that Sunwalker. It was either that or like a Mortal Strike, and I think I chose a Sunwalker over Mortal Strike. In that game, at least, it could have easily been a game changer. Because I know my opponent would have liked to send kill command at my face. Alright, we are up against a Paladin. Smokescreen. Oh, this is one of my least favorite matchups. I just hate this matchup. Warrior versus Paladin. Very bad for Warrior. This is a 2-drop. It's not the one I want to play. Here's what I'm going to do. We're going to keep the 3-drop, and I'm going to keep the Twilight Drake. This is huge and really hard for Paladins to deal with. Really, really hard. They can humiliate it, of course, and they can silence it with a neutral card. But apart from that, Paladins just have a really difficult time with big Twilight Drakes. I was hoping to get a 2-drop of some sort. That, however, is not to be. I'll settle for a 3-drop at this point, just so I can put something down and start killing off his recruits. Maybe if I get a Fiery War Axe, I would totally kill a recruit with it. No, I got another... Oh, Jesus Christ. Alright, we're armoring up, I guess. This is going to be one of those play a really big 4-drop on turn 3 and hope it's good enough, because I just got off to a very slow start. Now, the good news is that after the Twilight Drake, I can play the Korokon Elite and maybe kill something, so could be alright. He's just making recruits. So we both have a very slow start. It's just that his hero ability is so much better than mine most of the time. Ugh, that's annoying. Okay, so I'm not going to slow roll the Twilight Drake with the Panther. We're playing the Panther first. We're just going to put this out here. It's a 4/7. Mopping up his recruits is going to be a real bitch, but the Korokon can kill 1, the Twilight Drake can kill 1. I'm happy just to play board clearing games. Because I've got, again, what is up with this? It's just like all of my 6-drops. This is it. This is I've never seen the Sea Giant, but I've gotten like all of them, 3 of my 6-drops for several games in a row now, which is really bizarre. So yeah, if he doesn't have a silence in his hand right now, actually, if he humiliates this, I don't even care. I mean, all I really want to do with it is kill the recruits anyway. I just hate being a warrior against these endless streams of recruits. It's just so obnoxious to try to keep it clean. And he has a Noble Sacrifice. Fuck. Alright, well, what are you going to do? You're going to eat a Noble Sacrifice. We'll see if my 6-drops end up being good enough. He's actually throwing into the Drake. That is a mistake. Oh my gosh. Wow, that is one of the biggest strategic mistakes I have seen in a long time. My opponent should have 100% left his recruits on the table. Warriors are not very good at killing recruits. I mean, yeah, there's Whirlwind, but other than that, that's pretty much it. He should have let me deal with them. He took away things that now, you know, could have been Blessing of Kings or whatever. Alright, if this is a Noble Sacrifice, I want the Twilight Drake to eat it, not my Korokon, so I will check for it with the Twilight Drake. It is, in fact, a Noble Sacrifice. Fair enough. So this Twilight Drake took a lot of a beating. But really, he should have kept his recruits alive 100%. Like, if he had left them alive, if he just hit me in the face with them, then now he'd have these 2 recruits he could kill off my Korokon Elite. Instead, the Korokon Elite is going to have to, you know, eat some kind of removal. Wow, that was one of the bigger mistakes I've seen in a while, strategically. Alright, he plays the really one card I did not want to see, the Fen Creeper. The issue with the Fen Creeper is that Arcanite Reaper doesn't quite kill it. I have to throw away one of my minions in order for this thing to die. I could try to get fancy, I could do Pyromancer and Heroic Strike, but that actually only deals 5 damage to this, so that's not good enough either. We're just going to play the Arcanite Reaper, and we're going to accept defeat. But notice, if he had kept his recruits alive, this thing would be dead. I'd have to use the Arcanite Reaper and my minion to kill this, and then we'd have an equal board. Instead, because of a strategic error, running his recruits into my Drake, I get to keep the Drake. And that's kind of a big deal. I mean, a 4-3 is not a laughing matter. Well, because my opponent screwed up strategically, I'm in excellent shape. I've got this 5/1 weapon in my hand, and I've got 3 6-drops to play back-to-back, with the option, if need be, to do other stuff should he pose some kind of threat that I need to parry, and I'm unable to just, you know, play stuff. Call me play out my 6-drops against. My priorities are to play the Boulder Fist Ogre first, because it's the hardest hitting, unless I need to kill something, in which case I'll play the Argent Commander. The Sunwalker's probably getting played last. Okay, so my opponent puts me in a tough spot here, makes a recruit, which I really want to kill, but I don't want to use my weapon to kill it, and then he kills off my Twilight Drake. He hits me in the... What? Wow. Well, okay, so basically, this is just a new player. Yeah, it's just a new player. Obviously, the correct move would have been to kill the Twilight Drake, because that's what you do, is you kill your opponent's minions with your weapons. So yeah, I'm kind of amazed. This is like I'm what, 3-0? And this person is playing like a complete newbie, which is fine, but hopefully this game will help him learn the error of his ways. So basically, he should have a completely... The Twilight Drake should already be dead because of his earlier mistake. He should have a completely fresh True Silver champion. Or better yet, if this Drake were dead, he could have just played a minion on the board instead of like playing True Silver champion at all and kept this in reserve. So yeah, this has been pretty good. I can Pyromancer Heroic Strike. That should clear off his recruits, but I'd like to get a target for the Arcanite Reaper first before I do that, because Heroic Strike is most likely to be wasted if it's combined with Arcanite Reaper.
Let me think.
Now for burn potential, I've got 10 damage here, 15, 19, 23. He's a 28 though, so even though he's a 28, I should already start thinking about my burn potential, but we're a little bit far from that point. Alright, he's going to do that and make a recruit. Is he going to kill off the Twilight Drake? Is he going to learn on the go? No, he isn't. He isn't. Hilarious. Alright, so what we're going to do here is think very carefully. Do I dare let this thing hit me? He cannot really kill me. So what I'm going to do then is, I can actually play a Sunwalker. That's an interesting idea. Then the recruit could hit it, the Divine Shield. No, let's just keep it simple, keep it safe. We're going to play a Sea Giant. I will redirect the Twilight Drake to kill that recruit to make it harder for him to kill the Sea Giant. But I will hit him in the face with this Arcanite Reaper so that Heroic Strike doesn't get wasted, if I intend to use Heroic Strike to kill a minion. At the moment, I might end up doing Pyromancer. Well, actually, why Pyromancer? I might end up doing Fiery War Axe Heroic Strike for 7 damage. Or I could do this Heroic Strike for 8 damage. It's going to put Blessing of Kings. Alright, he is going all in on that Ventrico Mercenary. But he has to kill my Sea Giant because otherwise I had lethal damage. I had 8, 14. Yeah. So he kills my Sea Giant. That should be all he can do besides make a recruit because his minions are expensive. We've got 10 damage here. Can I do 9 damage? Oh my god, I can do 8. I can do 4, 8. This, and this would cost me too much mana.
Let me think.
I'm gonna play True Silver Champion. Will he finally learn his mistakes and kill the Twilight Drake? Or is he just going to keep on pounding my face like a champ?
I must move quickly.
He thought about it. What did he decide? I'm very curious. He decided to kill the Twilight Drake. Well, that may be a classic case of too little, too late. Alright, if I play both Pyromancers and Heroic Strike, it will actually kill off the Ventrico Mercenary, but it will also kill off the Pyromancers, so it'll be like a 3 for 2, because I spent 3 cards to kill 2. This is this plus a buff. But then I will hit him for 10 damage. Can I actually win? 6 plus 8 is 14. I can do this. Yeah. Well, we'll keep it simple, keep it safe. Let's do this. Fiery War Axe. Hit him in the face. Now it's gonna be hard for him to play taunts because his minions are more expensive unless he kills this against the Sunwalker. But then, how does he get the Divine Shield off? He'd have to have Silence. If he does have Silence, he's only got 15. Oh man, you know, if he has a Silence like an Ironbeak Owl, he has 15 damage here. He would only need 5 more damage to kill me, like a Reckless Rocketeer plus an Ironbeak Owl, and he wins the game. I shouldn't have done that. I should not have opened myself up to that. I should have just played an Argent Commander and killed this. Or done Pyromancer, Heroic Strike, and killed it. Yeah, it's possible now that he will actually have the win with 2, you know, somewhat uncommon, but not impossible cards. And I shouldn't have given him that out. Bad players give their opponents chances to get lucky. Good players do not give their opponents chances to even get lucky. Bad players give their opponents chances to get lucky they didn't need to get, and then they complain when they lose to bad luck. Well, what's done is done. I am threatening the kill now with, well, obviously with what I have on the board, it's enough to kill him. Even if he kills a Sunwalker, I still have enough to kill him. This is 9 damage here. So he's in a little bit of trouble here.
move quickly.
So he's popping off the Divine Shield with the True Silver Champion. Playing an expensive Shield Master. And making a recruit. Well, he is just dead on the board. So he might not have had any better options, but that option certainly didn't work. Alright, a bit sloppy game for me. You know what I have to say, folks? That Paladin, his deck, like, not even going to talk about drafting mistakes. The deck he had and the draws he had that game, I think he actually would have beaten me if he'd played his cards correctly. He made so many elementary blunders that, considering he could have gotten me down to 5 health at the end of it, I'm pretty sure he could have won. I mean, that Twilight Drake should have been dead. Because of his mistakes, that Twilight Drake got to, like, kill off 2 recruits and some other creature. It was just pretty huge. Now, granted, I had a very slow start. I had a very, very bad draw. I mulliganed 2 cards, still couldn't get anything good. I took a little risk keeping the Twilight Drake, but I think that was the right move against a Paladin who's so bad at removing creatures. We're against Jazzy the Rogue, and we are second, which is always nice against a Rogue. I'm not going to keep the Battle Rage or the Big Game Hunter. Those are conditional, but I will keep the Violet Teacher. Pyromancer plus Violet Teacher is a non-bow because you play Pyromancer. When you play a spell, it causes the Violet Teacher to trigger first, and then the Pyromancer triggers afterwards and kills the recruit, which is funny, or the Violet Student. The reason for that is that Violet Teacher is whenever you cast a spell, so it happens immediately, whereas the Pyromancer is after you cast a spell, so it happens after the spell. What is up with rogues hitting warriors in the face? I don't think that's correct. Unless, of course, you know, you have, like, a... If you have, like, a reason, like, if you have, like, a weapon, like a Perdition's Blade or something, but generally you should sit on the dagger because it's useful to have on hand. This is scary. Does she have a backstab for the Pyromancer? She does have a backstab. It's not relevant, of course. The backstab would have killed it anyway, but still. And so she used up her dagger twice. So, I mean, maybe she knew she was going to have enough mana to remake the dagger, so she figured might as well use it. This is looking pretty good, though. She didn't really do much damage to me. I'm going to... She didn't come out ahead with the backstab. It was a 1-for-1. She used her hero ability and just did 2 damage to me over 2 turns. It was pretty immaterial. This Panther should be able to kill a Dalaran Mage, and because she used up her dagger, she won't be able to kill off the Panther unless Fan of Knives! Oh my god, MVP Fan of Knives with the spell damage. That is hilarious. Okay, Kor'kron Elite then is going to be the killer for the Dalaran Mage. At this point, Battle Rage is a draw 2 for 2 mana, which is totally fine. Keep in mind, mages have Arcanite, or what's it called? Arcane Intellect, which is draw 2 for 3 mana. My opponent, however, is insistent on not letting me keep a minion around to save my life. That is unfortunate. Alright, I could do Knife Juggler, Coin, Gnomish Inventor, and hope to hit the Loot Hoarder, but if I miss, the Knife Juggler is dead. So let's not do that. Let's just play the Gnomish Inventor normally. Warsong Commander will give the Knife Juggler a charge. Although then I don't get the Knife Fling. Still, we'll see what happens. Let's pass the turn. So I'm threatening to kill the Loot Hoarder. She could, of course, use the weapon plus Loot Hoarder to kill this off and get a card. Did she hit me in the face with her weapon? Yeah, she did. That's a mistake. She should have kept the weapon, unless, of course, she's pretty sure she's going to remake her dagger here. Oh, man, this is getting to be a little bit scary. But I think we should still be okay here. Okay. This now will kill my Warsong Commander, unfortunately. Luckily, Sen'jin's a pretty good card. Alright, I'm not going to play Knife Juggler Sen'jin. I'm thinking of playing Heroic Strike Sen'jin. Yeah, let's do Heroic Strike. Kill this. I don't play Sen'jin. I could have played Warsong Commander Coin Sen'jin. The Sen'jin could have then charged and killed this, but then the Dragon Lane mechanic, the 3/4, would have survived. I want to leave this against dinky stuff. If I could get a creature to survive a turn, that'd be great. Because these Battle Rages, boy, would I love to play them with, like, a creature on the field at the start of my turn. But my opponent has not been letting me keep anything. Loot Hoarder, does she have a sap for the Sen'jin? Is that what she's going to do? She's a Crocus. No, she doesn't have it. Okay. So what's interesting now is that she's just flooding the board, and I am not very good at mass removal in this arena. I actually have pretty much none of it. What we can do, though, is this. I'm going to play the Knife Juggler. I'm going to kill that. We're going to play the Violet Teacher. Fling a knife. That was a pretty good fling. And then I'm going to coin to get a student. And Battle Rage for 2 cards and a student, which will also trigger the Knife Juggler. So I'm getting a lot of knife flings. Unfortunately, I didn't get super lucky. I didn't kill off this Dragonling, but I can't really complain about that too much. Now, the obvious disadvantage of that set of decisions that I just made is that I let the Questing Adventurer live. So I'm gambling that I put enough on the board that I'll be able to kill this thing off. And I got enough card advantage that I'll be able to survive. Okay, so she's got this. It'll kill off the Senjin. Does she have one more card so that the Questing Adventurer will not die to Arcanite Reaper? That is the question. She'll kill off the Knife Juggler with her damaged Crocolisk. That's fine. Does she have another card? She needs one more card here so that this does not die to an Arcanite Reaper. Okay, she chose to attack the Violet Teacher, and she's not playing any cards. That's fine by me. Alright, let's think about this. And she's going to attack there. So I could actually play Warsong Commander, Stampeding Kodo. The Kodo would then have charge. And then this thing would die. But that seems a bit silly. Why not do Warsong Commander Harvest Golem? I could use the Golem to kill this off. The damaged Golem would come in, it would have charge, I could kill that off, and I could use this to kill off the Dragonling. That seems pretty good. Wow, I think actually missing that play would have been a mistake. So we're going to play that first. You have to play this thing first, because if you play it in the opposite order, your minions don't get charged. We play the Harvest Golem, it gets charge. We kill the Questing Adventurer, it dies, damaged Golem comes in. This thing also has charge, we kill that off. Kill this off. No reason to play Battle Rage. I don't want to do a 2-mana cycle until I'm desperate. So here we go. When the smoke is cleared, she has 4 cards to my 4, but I have a Warsong Commander, so I have a little bit of an edge. I think the life advantage is not worth the extra creature that I have on the board, and I have a card drawing card. This is a pretty good card. If I can keep the Warsong Commander alive, though, she doesn't have an Eviscerate to kill this, I will be in really good shape, because the Kodo will kill this. It'll run into that. Oh, okay, this is great. Well, let me actually think about this for a moment. So I can actually run the Warsong into this, damage it, run the Kodo into that, damage both, and then I can actually play Battle Rage, and I draw 3 cards. But I think the extra card is not worth the, is the extra card worth it? That's the question. Should I play the Kodo at all? Maybe I should just play Arcanite Reaper, kill this thing. Warsong Commander to kill that, Battle Rage, and call it a day. Problem is, if I don't Battle Rage this turn, she might just clear off my board. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to Battle Rage. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play Stampeding Kodo to kill off this thing. But I'm actually going to hit her in the face with this Kodo. I'm going to use Heroic Strike to kill off the 4/4, armor up, and hit. So, instead of getting card advantage by playing Battle Rage, I got card advantage by killing her stuff very efficiently. Well, with the Kodo, I guess. I killed the 2/2, and then the Heroic Strike killed that, and I got some damage through. So now, it's the same situation as last turn. She has 4 cards on the screen, I have 5 cards on the screen, but notice now I have 2 cards on the board. Instead of last turn, I only had 1. Okay, she really loves hitting me in the face with those daggers. And there's a Crocolisk. Okay. This Arcanite Reaper does not quite kill a Spiteful Smith, unfortunately. Let's see what we can get for cards. Fiery War Axe. Huh. I do need to kill this. I can run the Kodo in, and then Fiery War Axe to finish off, but then the Crocolisk survives, which is bad. I can never play Fiery War Axe, Battle Rage, and Ogre, so I can do all those things. I could just use the Kodo to kill this. Then it becomes damaged. No, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to run the Kodo in here. and the Warsong Commander in here. And we're going to Battle Rage for 3 cards. Oh, Frothing Berserker, that would have been nice to have on hand. Okay, this actually worked out fine because what I can do now is play the Pyromancer. Well, do I want to save the Pyromancer? I could use the Owl, waste the Silence, but then use that to kill this thing and use the Fire War Axe. Okay, let's play Frothing Berserker. Oh gosh, I have to be really careful here with time. We'll do this. I'm not sure this is the right decision, but we're gonna use the Pyromancer. There. And then we're gonna hit her in the face with this guy. So that is a thing if you didn't know. The Frothing Berserker got charged from the Warsong Commander because he had 2 power when he came into play. He gained power later, but he already had charge, so that's why we get to do that crazy stuff. Ben of Knives is a pretty good answer. It does kill off 2 of my minions and draws her a card. This guy does get +3, but I guess she figured she's desperate, or maybe she's holding on to an Eviscerate. She just top-decked an Assassinate, which is I'm actually totally fine with, because an Eviscerate would have killed it just as well, and for 3 less minutes. She's going to hit me in the face with the dagger, like she do. That's just this person's trademark style, it seems. And we're going to get to drop an Ogre here, having just seen an Assassinate go down onto a Frothing Berserker. I'm going to hit her in the face, because we're getting to the point where we can burn her out. I mean, I've got 9 damage here, plus 5 is 14 on the nose, so she has to do something here. Jazzy the Rogue. Alright, she's going to draw a card, but this creature itself doesn't do anything, so I was just basically a 4-mana cycle. Unless she can play Defender of Argus to give it taunt. She's going to do a deadly poison that will let her kill the Farseer, but that means she's still taking the damage, so she is still set to die. No, she's hitting me in the face. Well, I don't think 2 cards can deal 15 damage. Shiv. Well, she should have shivved first before doing deadly poison and hitting me in the face, because the card she drew might have changed what she was planning on doing. Okay, that's the game. Pretty tense game. I think this rogue actually played pretty well. She just didn't quite have the cards. So it's kind of like she was the opposite of the Paladin. The Paladin had great cards and a good draw, but screwed up. And the rogue had good plays, but did not have the right cards. She gave me a taunt at the end. I don't know what that was about. I think did I do anything weird? Did I ever do anything in that game that would have made a person be like, ugh, that's so baloney? I mean, I played a Warsong Commander and it didn't die for 3 turns because she had no removal, but other than that, I don't know. It seemed like a pretty normal game to me. She was also killing off all of my minions. She got to do spell damaged Fan of Knives to kill a Jungle Panther. I mean, really, how much more could you ask for? Awesome Lewis, the Hunter here. And okay, this is one of those terrible hands. I have 3 Heroic Strikes. I don't want to overload on Heroic Strikes. So I'm going to mulligan it actually, but we're going to keep the Panther in case I draw and nothing else to play. Okay, well, we got our Heroic Strike back, and then we got a late game removal card and a 6-drop. So this is looking a little bit ugly. I'm not thrilled with this hand, truth be told. But I have 2 chances to top deck a 3-drop. There it is. Okay, good. So basically the plan now is we coin into a Panther that shouldn't get messed with. Then the Panther can trade whatever he plays on turn 3, and I drop the Frothing Berserker and I get a 4/4. That'll die to a bunch of Hunter stuff, but worth a shot. Oh my gosh, this is one of the few times in my life that the 2/1 Murloc here is actually good for the opponent. I don't have Whirlwind, and I don't have Cleave. I don't think I saw either of those cards in the draft at all. Now I get to play the Frothing Berserker, but this 2/1 is going to survive, unfortunately. Unfortunately. I don't have any Abusive Sergeants or Dark Iron Dwarfs to make the big game Hunter effective. I also don't have any Rampage. I don't think I have any way to increase my opponent's creature's power. So the big game Hunter is really dicey. Alright, I got 2 Executes, which is awkward. I could play the Frothing Berserker, use the Panther to kill this. Oh man, no, I'm gonna do it differently. I'm gonna do Heroic Strike to kill this thing, because I don't want to leave that alive. We're gonna use this to kill the 1/1. Let it hopefully trade against the 2/1 as well. Let's see, he plays like Elven Archer or some dumb crap. And then we're gonna try to play Frothing Berserker next turn. Big Game Hunter, pretty much I have to hope he plays a Ventrico Mercenary or one of the Epic Giants. Otherwise, that Big Game Hunter is really not gonna have any targets at all. I never did manage to pick up a Rampage or any attack buffs at all. No inner rages or anything. Bloodfen Raptor, huh? And a Grunt. And he decides not to kill my Panther. Interesting choice. I think it's a mistake. We will play Frothing Berserker. And we're going to kill that. So now a Deadly Shot would kill off my Frothing Berserker. I'd say that my opponent should have killed the Panther, but even with his slip up there, he's doing really well. Because I got these Executes that are dead, this thing which will die to a Deadly Shot, and the Knife Juggler which has nothing else to back it up. So it's looking actually really awkward. I got a very awkward draw. Fiery War Axe would have been pretty good at some point here. Could one of these Executes have been a Fiery War Axe? Oh boy. That would be pain incarnate if so.
Don't mess with Tusk.
Oh my gosh, this guy just keeps flooding the board with junk, but it's good enough junk. Is he gonna 2-for-1 to kill that thing? Wouldn't hold it against him. Yep. Okay. Oh yeah, I did do the damage to the Harvest Golem and Warsong Commander combo. I guess that was pretty obnoxious. All right, we're gonna do the Knife Juggler, and I'm gonna do something a little crazy here. We're actually gonna play a Big Game Hunter. Gonna waste it. I actually got the lucky fling on the pig, but basically I needed to do this because I want to put things on the board. The odds of this killing a big minion are much smaller than him like actually helping to kill stuff.
Ready, sir.
Oh man, this thing's gonna kill my Big Game Hunter or my Knife Juggler, and then the Sea Giant won't be playable. He chooses to kill the Big Game Hunter, so this thing is unplayable by exactly 1 mana. Well, what we're gonna do here, I could play Heroic Strike, but then I'm not doing anything else, so I'm just gonna play the Sunwalker, Texas Ranger, and then hide the Knife Juggler behind it, which is very risky. An Explosive Shot would be the Ball of Dickens here. You could use the Squire to pop Divine Shield, Explosive Shot, boom, my minions are dead. Game over. We'll see if he's got it. Knife Juggler and Execute's not a bad combo, actually, because if the Knife Juggler flings a knife at a minion and damages it, you pretty much get a 1 mana hard kill, which is... Oh my god, he actually has it. Oh my god, did he just top deck an Explosive? No, he's an Animal Companion, thank heavens. He got the Bear, which is great. That is much better than in the Charging Pig, but he has a kill command to back it up, which is real bad. Now I can't play Sea Giant. Oh my god. 1 mana off from Sea Giant. Are you goddamn kidding me? This is actually... Oh wow, that was really good though. Oh man, that Violet Teacher was a pretty good top deck. So we do this, kill the Bear, Execute, get another one. Now, yeah, Unleash the Hounds, of course. But, if he doesn't have Unleash the Hounds, Sea Giant might actually get played next turn. Please don't have Buzzard Hounds, that would be so ridiculous. Now I've got these Violet Students, which will help me get the other Execute off if he puts down like a big creature here. That's what I want to see. I want to see like a big-ass creature. Okay, this is both good and bad. The thing is, it's a good thing he didn't have that any earlier, because if he had that earlier, I would have been really screwed. I cannot play the Sea Giant. I'm again 1 mana off, but we can play the No Motion Mentor to get a card up. That is so good. I mean, a 2/4 body here is not irrelevant. And we're going to play that as well. He clearly would have played Unleash the Hounds, Buzzards, if he had Buzzard Unleash the Hounds if he had it last turn, so I'm guessing he doesn't have it. Keep the 1/1 in the middle in case he has a second Explosive Shot. Sea Giant might get freaking played next turn if he doesn't kill all my stuff. But I've got 5 cards to his 3. My life is fine. I'm a warrior. I can heal up. This thing is not a big deal. I can just kill it with the Student on an Execute. Or Fiery War Axe Execute. Yeah. Okay. Now, the thing is, if I Execute, the Student's going to die because of the Pyromancer. So, as tempting as it is to Fiery War Axe Execute this thing, this Student's dead regardless, so I might as well just... Well, hang on. Do I even want to use Execute on this? I mean, I've got, what, 3, 6, 7 damage? Yeah, whatever. We're not gonna Execute that. That's dumb. It's just Fiery War Axe. Hit it for 3. And then 4 damage. The best way to deal with that is like this, and like this, and like this. So now I've got this 8/8 for him to deal with. He needs Hounds plus Hunter's Mark. That would be the best way to deal with it. Squire 10 me doesn't really get the job done. Okay, let's take a look at the situation. I have 11, 13, 16, 20 damage. Not enough to kill him. I'm at low enough health that I really do need to clear his board. However, I don't want to use my Sea Giant's attack to clear his board with. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit him in the face with the Sea Giant for sure. Let's throw... There's really no point in throwing this Pyromancer away, is there?
Hey, give me a minute.
Yeah, there's really no point. We're just going to hit him in the face with it. Kill that off. Hit him in the face with the axe. Armor up. Alright, even with Hounds, he shouldn't be able to kill me. He would have played Hounds for many turns now if he'd had him, so I just don't think he has him. Or threatening lethal. Should be good. Now, if he did have Buzzard, Hounds, Hunter's Mark, I'd be really screwed, but I just don't think he has really any of those cards. This changes nothing. That changes nothing. That changes nothing. And that changes nothing. Okay, so that's the game. Notice how he smoothly just passes the turn, doesn't say anything, just in case I miss the win. I'm not going to miss the win, though. And that is that. So Awesome Lewis the Hunter goes down. You know, Lewis is kind of a boring name. I would have made fun of him if he had that name. But putting the word awesome in front of a boring name does kind of make it work. I have to admire him for that. So we're 6-0. Should make it to 7. I really hope. I mean, at this point, if I don't make it to 7, I'll be mighty pissed. Because the deck has been quite good. I mean, there's really just no bad cards in the deck. The only problems that I could have is a slow start or just an unsynergistic draw. It's not going to ever lose because its cards are bad, which is pretty nice. All right, what is up next? Rogue. We've had 3 rogues in this run. That's like kind of improbable. Have we had a single mage? Oh, there was the one mage early on. All right, the Execute and the Argent Commander have got to go. I'm first against this rogue, which is unfortunate, and I get a pretty miserable draw. Do I not have... I do have 2 drops. I have like a spike at the 2-mana level. I've got like Heroic Strikes, Fiery War Axes, even some 2-mana minions, got a couple of Pyromancers. It's just ridiculous. She mulligans 3 out of 4. She kept this card. Perhaps that is a Defiance Ringleader. And, oh man, I am armoring up on turn 2. I've got literally nothing to do on turn 2 right now. Well, except for armor up, I guess. That's the coin. Oh no. Okay, she chooses not to do it, and I get a big game hunter. That is amazingly bad. Well, the nice thing is I've got good 3 drops. This is a very aggressive one. This is a very defensive one, and you want defensive when you're behind. This is kind of annoying. It will not die to the Harvest Golem. Ironbeak Owl, not helpful. But I'm going to play the Harvest Golem anyway. It's just kind of a pain for her to kill. She could, like, backstab Dagger and damage the Crocolisk to kill it. But that's fine. Wow, what an awful hand. I don't understand why my draws are so bad. Granted, this is a 2-drop that's not really playable on turn 2, but for the most part, I mean, I've got stuff that can actually be played on turn 2. Fiery War Axe would have been nice to have. Alright, so the Dark Iron Dwarf I don't really mind actually at all in the slightest. It does kill my Harvest Golem, but then the Golem pops back and just kills that, so we're okay. Now here I could play the Frothing Berserker, trade, and then this would be a 4-4 to be ready to trade with her 4-4. Or I could just play the Heroic Strike and kill the Dark Iron Dwarf, but then what else am I doing with my life? Nothing. I could keep this alive and hope to play the Kodo next turn to kill it. That's another option. No, we're going to do this. Save the Heroic Strike for later. Try to have it trade with the Dark Iron Dwarf, which is not the most glamorous thing a Frothing Berserker has ever done. But the thing is, while I'm not getting anything onto the board, at least I'm not taking any damage or falling too far behind. Just going to backstab this. I assume she has a... Eviscerate or SI Agent, that's pretty good. It doesn't die to Stampeding Kodo. Oh Jesus, this is awful. Well, we're gonna have to make a very unglamorous turn here. This is one of the more unglamorous turns I've made in a while. Korkon Elite, nope, changes nothing. We have Heroic Strike, kill the Dark Iron Dwarf. I'm going to play this guy. Hopefully she doesn't have a Ventricle Mercenary coming up. Basically, I'm just trying to trade against the 3-3 and keep things equal so that I can play the Commander next turn and hopefully kill whatever she has. If she plays a Ventricle Mercenary here, I am just boned beyond all belief, though. A second backstab would be good for her as well. That obviously will kill Ernest Hemingway, or whatever that guy's name is. She has Fan of Knives. Well, that plus the dagger will kill this, but the good news is that then I can play the Archer Commander and just kill this off and have myself 4-2, which I'm okay with. Kodo, you always... It's so annoying. It's like, ooh, let me think. The Kodo, either I want to play it on turn 4 for really good effect, but I can't because it costs 5, or I want to play it later, but I want it to kill 3 power minions. So anyway, here I can play the Heroic Strike to kill this off, and then use the Korkan Elite to bash her in the face, or I could just use this to kill it. The advantage of using this is that I managed to save these 2 things. The advantage of doing the Korkan Elite is it has 1 more health compared to the Commander. Well, I'm going to take a gamble here because I'm falling behind. When you're behind, take risks. I'm going to gamble that the extra health from the Korkan Elite wouldn't have mattered. Specifically, I'm gambling she doesn't have a backstab. She's questing Adventurer, which makes me think that she... Oh, I have a great combo, though. It matters! It matters. I can silence it and then use the Kodo to kill it. I could also use Heroic Strike to kill it, just straight up, dog. But, yeah, let's actually use the Owl and Kodo. The reason I like this play is that it baits her to use the Perdition's Blade to kill my Owl, which feels like a waste because, of course, this would have died to a regular dagger. So I have a 3-5, which is a pretty big body. Now, she has 5 cards to my 5. She also has a weapon, though. Oh, that's difficult. That is difficult. I'd have to 2-for-1 my Kodo and my Heroic Strike to kill that thing off. Or I could do the Korkan Elite and the Heroic Strike to kill it off as well. I could ignore it and race her. That's another option. Huh. Oh, man. I hate life. 2, 4, 8. Okay, we're doing it. So what we're going to do here is the following. I am going to throw the Kodo in, Heroic Strike, kill the Ogre. Play the Knife Juggler, play the Korkan Elite. This thing will kill the Knife Juggler. But she took a decent amount of damage here. So she's going to have 5 cards to my 2, soon to be 3. Ah, that's bad. I really fell behind because of that Ogre. Maybe I should have just realized that I'd be grossly behind after the Ogre and just raced her instead. Because the Heroic Strike could have dealt some good damage to her. I mean, she could be at like 7 less health if you factor in the Kodo hitting her plus the Heroic Strike. Which is 12, which is not really low enough to die. Yeah, I'm in trouble. If I get an Arcanite Reaper, though, I might still win. This has been a very popular card in today's arena. That, luckily, doesn't do anything. Yeah, she's just beating me with straight-up card draw. So I get her down to 12 health anyway. I'm at 15, so I don't have that much, room for killing things off. This is nice. Alright, well, let's do it. 4, 6, 9. I'm not automatically dead. I'm going for the throat. I need an Arcanite Reaper real bad. I've got 2 of them in here. I haven't really drawn any cards, though. I could have used the core. Oh, no! That's not good. That is the opposite of good. The opposite of good. The opposite of good. Oh, that is the opposite of good. La-di-da-di-dee-ba-dee-dee. Shit. I need an execute here. That's not an execute, so I have to do this. Armor up. Kill this. Now this thing's super damaged. I just have this, which is quite big enough. She has 4 cards. If she had 0 cards, I might be okay. She has 4 cards. She is 100% guaranteed to kill this engine and the Sea Giant this turn, and then I'm just screwed. Oh, man. What obnoxiousness. Well, she's not 100% guaranteed, but basically, with the dagger and 2 of her creatures, she can kill this engine. Yep, that's it. That's it. That's game. So with that, she can kill this engine and the Sea Giant. And, I'm really boned now because even if I get Arcanite Reaper, I'm going to need 2 more damage on top of the Reaper to be able to kill her off. She has 15 damage coming at my face. Got a Fiery War Axe. That will not do, pig. That will not do. There's no way I can win. There's no card I can draw that would let me deal 6 damage. Because I did not take Mortal Strike. Yeah, it's just over. Well, I said I'd be pissed if I didn't make it to 7. I could still make it to 7. I've got 2 more chances. This game, yeah, the Rogue just had a pretty good deck. I mean, 2 Ogres and a Stormwind Champion. So basically, she had enough early plays to stop me from dealing any damage to her. Wow, she really clicked her shit fast. I conceded and it still took forever. I just wasn't able to get any early damage through, and then she just played big stuff that was way bigger than what I could possibly deal with. Ugh. Lame. Well, so much for the 12-0 Dreamer's Warrior. Let's just go for the 7+ pleasant afternoon. I don't know what the opposite of a dream is, or like a dream but to a slightly less degree. I don't know. Anyway, let's go for, instead of a 12-0 dream, the 7+ picnic. There we go, the 7+ picnic. If I can make it to 7, I'll be pretty happy. Everything else would be gravy. Yes, I will be very pissed if this deck poops out at 6. That would be kind of annoying. Mage! Well, I mentioned last time I didn't see any mage opponents, except for the one who was very easy. Here's Eddie the Mage. Oh, man. Well, let's mulligan these off. This is a weak play on turn 3. It's better to have it later. So let's mulligan the whole hand. Let's get, like, can I get, like, a Pyromancer or something to play on turn 1? Or a Fiery War Axe? Alright, there we go. This is good. So we have a curve here. Fiery War Axe, Farseer. No Mission Mentor. The Farseer's Battlecry could get wasted. But as long as my opponent plays like anything, like a, whatever, Sorcerer's Apprentice, and I hit it with the Fiery War Axe, this guy's Battlecry is not wasted, and then I get a 3/3 on the board. I'm in good shape. No turn 1 play. Arcanite Reaper is what I did last game, so it arrives exactly 1 game late. That's awesome. She has a Raptor, which is great. So here she is, being like, oh, I'm up against a warrior. I hope he doesn't have a turn 2 Fiery War Axe. Oh, I'm sorry, I do. Don't mind if I do, or do mind. I don't care. Ooze would be her best answer here to kill this off. I'd probably then play Coin. No, we should meant to draw a card and threaten to kill off the Ooze. Oh, man, she misses turn 3 and just pings the face. That is a pretty big deal. So what do you play here? Do you play the Panther or the Farseer? Knife Juggler's a bit greedy. I think using up mana is more important than getting the Knife Juggler down. Panther can't be messed with, but the Farseer has more health. Well, more health doesn't really matter that much against a mage, so we'll do the Panther here. The risk here is she could go for an Arcane Missiles and have a coin flip chance of killing that Panther. As long as she doesn't have that, though, the Panther should trade with whatever she plays, most likely. She points her Fire Blast at it as if she doesn't know how stealth works. Wow! Passed on turn 3 and turn 4. That means she has a handful of removal, or the worst hand of all time. So what I'm going to do is, instead of playing the Frothing Berserker, I'm going to play the Gnomish Inventor, because it seems like she doesn't have anything to do. So let's put out a minion that she doesn't really want to kill with removal, because it drew me a card. Now, it's possible she's also holding up a bunch of minions in her hand because she doesn't want to have them die to the Fiery War Axe, but that would be a mistake, of course, as we all know. Alright, this is a pretty unimpressive Abomination. The Panther's going to die to it anyway, so I'm going to just kill it. Now, I could play the Frothing Berserker. It would get buffed super big, and it would go down to 2 health. I don't think that's worth it. Let's just go ahead and do this. And, we'll do the Knife Juggler. Farseer. Well, Farseer or Frothing Berserker? Let's do the Farseer. And is it worth it to heal up the Gnomish Inventor or to heal up my face? I'm going to heal up my face, and the reason for that is that, this thing is almost certainly not going to die, since my opponent, if she were to kill something that has 2 health, she would kill the Knife Juggler. So there's really no reason to kill this up. Well, I'm doing fine on cards. I can start considering burning her out. This is 10 damage here, so I need to deal 8 damage more to her, and that'll be that. I like the idea of keeping the Berserker on hand so that if I drop the, if I draw the Warsong Commander, I can do the little combo thing that I did last time. She just plays a Frost Elemental. That's pretty crazy. Well, I will happily redirect 1 attack of my Arcanite Reaper to kill that off. She seems not to have any good answers, like, at all to anything. I could coin for the Pyromancer. That seems silly, though. Let's just see what she's got. If she's going to do Flame Strike, then once the Flame Strike passes, I can do the Berserker and the Pyromancer and just hit her in the face. I can actually almost kill her here. 5 plus 4 is 9. Yeah, that's all I can do. So yeah, we'll do the Berserker and Pyromancer. We'll hit her in the face. I could play the Fiery War Axe here and be pretty confident that she's not going to ooze it. However, there's no point because I'm going to have plenty of mana. So, Fiery War Axe plus Heroic Strike is 7 damage. If either of these minions can attack her, that is game. Does she have another Flame Strike? We'll see. She might. She's been playing a very slow game. She's going to Polymorph my Berserker, which makes sense. Frostbolt, the Pyromancer, which also makes sense. And then ping off the sheep. No, she's going to play a panda. She's going to let the sheep live. Well, that will be her undoing here because, obviously, now I have exactly 8 damage, and the sheep is the killing blow. She was probably going to die even if she pinged that sheep. Because, I mean, I would have still done the same thing, and then she would have been at 1 health. So as soon as I drew anything... Granted, I don't have any direct damage in this deck, so a taunt would have gotten her through, but I had 2 executes to get past taunts. I don't know. It seemed like a pretty easily won game. So yeah, the 2 mages didn't go down with much of a fight. That mage did have a bunch of removal, but she had a very slow start and just needed more taunt and didn't have it. Or some taunt, at least, and didn't have it. Those executes sat dead in my hand all game. I think that was a misdraft. I think what I learned here is that unless you have, like, butt tons of Cruel Taskmasters or whatever, execute's not that good. Maybe having 1 in the deck is fine, but having 2 is a little odd, even if you need removal. Paladin. Alright, well, at least I made it to 7 wins before facing another Paladin. Ninja X ever. Okay. Let's go ahead and mulligan all these warrior spells. We'll keep the 2-drop finally. Fiery War Axe would be great to see. And I see one. Awesome! Note that weapons do not count as spells for the Violet Teacher, so the only thing I have that would help the Violet Teacher is the coin. I am probably, however, not going to save that coin. Might as well get the Pyromancer out of here, so that I am ready to kill minions. Alright, he just has a slow start here, which is fine. Stampeding Kodo. We'll put the Fiery War Axe out, but there's no reason to use it. Let's just kill the recruit there with the Pyromancer. If he makes another creature, I can hit it, and then I and that creature will both be, and the Pyromancer will both be damaged. Does he actually have an ooze? Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my god, that's ridiculous. Well, I could do this for a 2-mana cycle. That doesn't seem worth it. We'll just do that and armor up. Wow, he had the ooze. That's unfortunate. Well, the alternative was I could have hit the recruit with the Fire War Axe, and this thing would have had 2 health, but that wouldn't have mattered. It still would have been the same problem. Oh my god, I want to play a Stampeding Kodo, but I can't. Well, actually, Twilight Drake's pretty good, so we'll just pop that thing down. Unfortunately, he now has a window to put Blessing of Kings on this, but as long as he doesn't put Blessing of Kings on it, the Kodo next turn will be godly. Please just don't put Blessing of Kings or Blessing of Might on this thing. I will love you forever. Okay, thanks, bye. Yours truly, Papa Boris. Papa Beezy, Foheezy. I bet if he had Blessing of Kings, he would have already windmill slammed that card down and called it a day. Well, maybe not. I mean, maybe he's like, well, what if he has Execute? He doesn't want to put all of his eggs in one basket. This is actually nice. This automatically dies to Execute, which is really good. Okay, so slight finesse here. You do need to make sure you first kill the recruit so that the Kodo is guaranteed to kill the Stormwind Knight. And okay, that was a really friggin' good Kodo. I finally got to play a good Kodo myself. So we're up to turn 6. I'm at full health. I have an Ogre and a Sea Giant and some card draw ready to go. Paladins are really bad at bringing down these big minions, and I'm going to get probably a ton of cards off this Battle Rage. So actually, things are looking really, really good in this game. About as good as you could possibly hope for them to go against a Paladin, honestly. Ninja X Ever. It's not... What is Ninja X Ever? I keep wanting to say Ninja Forever, but it's not Forever. It's not a 4. It's an X. Those are clearly different characters. I feel confused. This now will let him kill my Stampeding Kodo and live to tell about it. which, you know, is good for him, definitely, but not the end of the world, because I can now kill the Shattersun Cleric with my Drake. And a Heart Skull. I could actually play a Sea Giant. No. We're going to play the Violet Teacher.
Pay attention, class.
And I'm going to Battle Rage. I want to get some of these students going here. Panther, alright. Nice times. Heroic Strike. Okay, we'll kill the Shattersun Cleric here. Now, the Blade Master can, of course, kill the Violet Teacher, but I got this 1-1 out of the deal. The Golem can kill the Twilight Drake, but the 1-1 is still there, which is what is important. And I'm getting some serious card advantage here. Sea Giant is cheap for now, but the board will be almost all clear. However, I can just play an Ogre, which is pretty much fine. This is interesting. Is he actually going to leave this thing alive? That's a mistake. Oh my gosh, that's a huge mistake. He should not have left that thing live. Don't let Violet Teachers live. Alright, so I could do Heroic Strike and Fiery War Axe to kill that thing, leaving me with 3 mana, which is enough to play a Panther. Seems good. What are my other options? Well, I play Sen'jin, but then this thing will survive. Yeah, I want this thing to die. So yeah, we're going to do this and this. Kill that. Oops. And play a Panther. So the Golem will get to kill the student, which is unfortunate. But the Violet Teacher plus the Axe can then kill the Golem. And I've got this Panther ready to kill some other stuff. Now, if he plays something really huge, I'm in a little bit of trouble because I don't have my Executes. But I can always play my Ogre and armor up.
I wonder.
So you have to, that's interesting. He could actually now kill the Violet Teacher if he redirects the Golem to it as well. Is that what he's going to do, or is he going to play a Consecration to clear my board? Oh my gosh, he's going to play a Consecration, isn't he? I did not think about that. No, it's not a Consecration, it's a Divine Shield, so he can kill this and the Golem will survive. Alright, fair enough. Fair enough. Right, Heroic Strike is wasted here. Battle Rage is pretty much wasted. But I can play Sea Giant. So I can do this. The Sea Giant will then cost 4. Okay, perfect. So we're going to do this. Sea Giant, Kadoosh. Let's go ahead and kill off as much as we can. So we do this. Use the 1-1 to finish it off. Use the Panther. Now I'm going to actually use the Panther to kill off the Recruit. And the reason for that is, if I kill the 2-2, the Recruit plus the True Silver Champion kill the Sen'jin. Now the Panther lives. This plus the True Silver can kill the Sen'jin. Same story, but I have a Panther alive instead of dead. So if the Sen'jin's dying anyway, I might as well not throw away my Panther. Battle Rage will draw me 2 cards right now. With luck, it could draw me 3, and then I'll almost certainly win this game. Because if the Panther lives and the Sea Giant gets a target to get damaged against, then I'll draw 3 cards, and that'll be pretty awesome. Alright, he will run in. Does he have a Consecration this time? Nope, no Consecration still. Didn't top deck it. It's fine by me. Hopefully he gives me something big and juicy for the Sea Giant to munch on, rather than just a Recruit. I have 8, 12, 16 damage. He's basically down to 10 health. That is good enough. Does he have a way to kill the Panther? Doesn't look like it. Lovely dovely. Okay. Yep. We're gonna kill that off. We're gonna Battle Rage for 3 cards, which is so backbreaking. I almost feel bad for my opponent, but not quite. Alright, let's drop the Ogre here. And he has had many opportunities to play Blessing of Kings and hasn't, so I don't think he has it. So if he has a Blessing of Might, me not using the Panther to kill his Recruit means that my Sea Giant dies, but then I still have the Panther, which hits for half as much damage as the Sea Giant does, but whatever, I also still have the Ogre. Should be good here. I mean, I've got a lot of card advantage against him.
Let me think.
Right, he's going to kill the Panther for me, so I got to sneak 4 damage through by being a little cheeky. Raging Worgen doesn't really matter. Recruit, who cares? Ah, Frostwolf Warlord. Okay, that's a little serious. Well, let's play the Knife Juggler and the Kor'kron Elite and see where we stand. Killed off the Recruit. I have now 14, 18. Oh, this is actually lethal. I actually should have looked for the kill more thoroughly, because that Knife Juggler was a waste. If I hadn't played the Knife Juggler, I could have actually played the Arcanite Reaper, which would have been more damage than the Heroic Strike. That could have made a difference. Okay, Ninja Axe Ever goes down with a bit of a fight. We're definitely meeting our match in some of these later games, but still made it to 6-0 and then lost one to a really good rogue and then won the next two without too much trouble. It's not like those were super close games. It was always a kind of situation like, well, if he has the absolute perfect cards, he can get back in it. It was never like a thing where I was on my back foot or anything. Warrior, man, it's got some strong cards in those decks. Although in that game, really, it was like the Ogre and the Sea Giant that were so good. What I like about the Warrior, I think, that other classes don't have is Warriors have such good reach. As long as you don't face up too much taunt, which seems like a lot of people don't really play that much taunt, you know, all the weapons that you have just make it so easy sometimes to finish off the opponent. Fiery War Axe, Heroic Strike, Arcanite Reaper, these deal so much damage. Alright, here we go. I kept the Twilight Drake in my opening hand because that is difficult for druids to deal with, and it could be a huge drop on turn 3 with the coin, or maybe turn 4 without the coin. Okie dokie, it's going to be one of those games. It's going to be one of those games, huh? Raging Worgen. Wow, I am actually really surprised I saw that on turn 1. In a game where someone's at 8 wins, because I would really expect, you know, I'm not even going to kill it right now. I would really expect someone at 8 wins to know better than to innervate a 3-drop. That's just a pretty good rule of thumb. Don't innervate 3-drops. So, okay, so he innervated this thing. And, oh, even better than Heroic Strike. We got a Fiery War Axe. Now it's going to die. Now, I could have coined a Knife Juggler or Heroic Strike to kill it earlier, but I figured taking an extra 3 damage wasn't a big deal. And the more that I hang on to my coin, the bigger the Twilight Drake is going to be. And he actually passes on turn 3, which is great news for me. Stampede Kodo. Alright. Let's go ahead and play Knife Juggler here. Kill off the Novice Engineer. Novice Engineer, not the sexiest thing to kill with Fiery War Axe, because it drew a card. But I'm fine with it. I just want to take it off the board so that Shapeshift will not guaranteed kill the Knife Juggler. Alright, so he plays a Chillwind Yeti, which is pretty good. But Twilight Drake is also pretty good. And the Knife Juggler even hit the Yeti for good measure, so that Heroic Strike will get to finish the Yeti off, perhaps. So we have a 4-7 here, which is nice. On turn 5, I could actually do something like a Violet Teacher, coin Heroic Strike to kill the Yeti and get 2 students out of the deal. Alright, he will kill that. So I could do different things. I could now do like Pyromancer, Heroic Strike. Pyromancer, Heroic Strike will finish off. I gotta think here very carefully here. So, option number 1, Pyromancer, Heroic Strike, and then this Yeti dies. These each take damage. This goes down to 6 health. I could use the Heroic Strike to kill that, and I could use this to kill that. This will end up being at 4 health, and I have a 3-1 Pyromancer. So swipe then kills my board. Doesn't seem that great. I could execute the Yeti. And then just Heroic Strike. No. I found it. Okay, here's the move. We execute the Yeti. We coin for the Kodo. Did I? What? No, that's definitely not what I wanted to do. I definitely wanted to play the Kodo. How did Heroic Strike get played there? That is so bizarre. That's definitely not what I wanted to do. Well, shit. So, okey-doke. That sucks. The game just totally clicked on the wrong card for me, and I missed the chance to get a really great Kodo. So I should have still had a Heroic Strike and the Pyromancer in my hand. Kodo should be on the board, and that thing should be dead. Oh my god, are you kidding me? That sucks. Who plays Elven Archer? Oh my god. Well, Whatever. If I lose this game, it's because of a misclick. It's not the end of the world. Battle Rage is interesting here. Unfortunately, after drawing 2 cards, my Pyromancer will die. So that seems less than good. Let's use the Kodo to kill the Archer off, which is much less good than what I could have done last turn. If this opponent's paying attention to where the cards are coming from, he's going to be like, why the hell did this guy not play the Kodo last turn? And it's because Hearthstone sucks. Well, it doesn't suck. It's a good game, but the interface sucks sometimes. Well, anyway, I'm still doing okay. We got a little bit of a life deficit, but card advantage. I have a big game Hunter in this deck, which could actually be really great here. Frothing Berserker. Oh, boy. I mean, I could do this. I could just do this for a cycle and hope to get the... Yeah, alright, we'll do this. I'm going to play the Violet Teacher, and I'm going to cycle for 1 card and hope to get a big game Hunter.
I'm ready to learn.
Sunwalker, Texas Ranger. Not quite good enough. This thing will kill me before I can kill my opponent. At least he can't play, like, big minions and stuff, but I'm in a little bit of trouble here. I'm down to 10 health. He's actually going to kill the Violet Teacher, which is an interesting choice, so he does not fancy his odds of killing me, I suppose, which is good. He shouldn't be able to play anything else unless he has Starfall or Starfire for the Kodo. Should be in good shape, and I am in good shape. Okay, that actually worked out alright. I think my opponent should have actually gone for the race there, but perhaps he felt uncomfortable with me having such a big hand of cards. So now, well, it's 4 cards to 5. I will draw my 6th. I actually have a life lead and a board lead, so I'm actually doing okay. Sunwalker's a tough card for Druids, but if he plays an Ironbark and I did not have my executes, I'm going to be in trouble. Alright, he plays a 5/5, which is actually very good against my board, and a Shapeshift. Okay. Still wouldn't mind that execute here, to be completely honest. Okay. I want to play Sunwalker, but this is tempting because if I can get execute or an Arcanite Reaper, it'd be great. However, if I don't get Arcanite Reaper, it just sucks. Alright, we're going to play Sunwalker here. Hide a Frothing Berserker behind it. And we're going to swing for 7 damage. So we're kind of trying to burn him out. Both a little bit of protection here. So he needs removal right now. He's got 6 cards, so there's a very good chance he has it. He has a swipe. Okay, how's he going to do it? He's going to swipe the Frothing Berserker. Yep. That damages everything else. He can now use the Ancient to kill off the Sunwalker and Shapeshift to kill off the Commander. He's going to play Lord of the Arena, which is really obnoxious because it actually holds up, but it does mean that my guy gets to live. Whoa! Battle Rage! That's serious. 3 cards, and I got my execute finally. Big Game Hunter will not kill this, but at least it will kill a an Ironbark if he drops that later on. How do I get past this thing, though? Well, shit. Let's draw a card and see if I can get Fiery War Axe or something. Boulder Fist Ogre would have been nice at the start of the turn. Okay, here's the plan. We're going to do this, that, and do I fight fair or do I hit him in the face? I'm going to hit him in the face. I think it's really important to get the damage on, and I don't need the healing, so I'm going to play the Harvest Golem because it's less likely to die. So I'm trying to race him out here still. This thing can kill one of my minions, but then it'll die. Unless he can put like a taunt buff on it, I'm in trouble. Okay, so Ironbark Protector is perfect, because that's going to die to Big Game Hunter. My opponent's about to be a very, very sad man. He's hoping I don't have Slam Execute or something, but I actually have something even worse. I've got the Big Game Hunter. Iron Owl is nice as well. That'll be good later on, if he plays another taunt. But I can play the Boulder Fist Ogre here. Pretty much impossible for him to kill me with me at 16 health. He could play Force of Nature, Savage Roar, Abusive Sergeant. That will actually kill me. But unless he has that particular combo of cards, he will lose. And in fact, he is going to lose because I have a Silence. On the board, I can kill this and get 2 damage through, but with Silence, I can get all the damage through. So this must be kind of frustrating for my opponent because he played back-to-back Ironbarks and still lost. Wow, my deck's a good deck, what can I say? And he gives me a well played because he is a polite sportsman. You know what was really important in that game? Battle Rage. That, when I drew 3 cards for 2 mana, that was pretty useful. He could have killed one of my creatures instead of playing the Lord of the Arena, but I can see why he played the Lord of the Arena because that really stopped a lot of damage coming his way, and he was in pretty bad shape as far as damage was concerned. Okay, still doing pretty good. Do I have 2 losses or 1? I can't remember. I think I just have 1. I think I'm just at 9-1. So this kind of takes me back to the heady days, the glory days, when I would get to 10 wins or more. A lot. I shouldn't really count my chickens before they've hatched, but I've got 2 chances, right? Yeah, I got 2 chances to make it to 10. Should be pretty good odds. Raichu the Warlock. Well, this is pretty good. I like being against a Warlock. He can draw cards, of course, but when he does so, he takes damage, and my deck has really good reach with all the weapons. So I feel like my odds are pretty good of burning him out if he life taps too much. He mulligans half his hand. He kept these 2 cards. We'll see what those are in a moment, I'm sure. I get a somewhat unimpressive Twilight Drake. Unimpressive because I'm the first player. So these are the 2 cards he kept. Were they 1-drops? Were they Flame Imps? Wouldn't mind seeing a Flame Imp, actually. That's like 3 damage to his face. He actually does have a Flame Imp. Okay, so we'll see now if he has Demon Fire or Soul Fire for the Pyromancer, which I am eager to trade against this Flame Imp, because if these trade, that means he just took 3 damage. And I'm feeling pretty good. Otherwise, yeah, it kind of sucks. If he kills this, I'll probably just play the Farce. Ah, boy, I don't want to waste the Battle Cry and lose it to a Flame Imp. That seems silly. Alright, so he goes down a card, killing my guy. He probably should have played the Infiltrator first. I guess he wanted to go back up a card. Well, that's fair. Alright, oh man, that's perfect. That is pretty much the absolute most perfect card I could have conceived of, because it'll threaten to kill the Flame Imp, but survive also to kill another Flame Imp. Now, we're equal on cards here because he lost a card playing Soulfire, but then he gained a card doing Life Tap.
We must cleanse.
Plays Shattered Sun Cleric. That's a very good card for him here because it lets the Flame Imp kill the Golem and survive. He's not even going to bother killing the Golem. He's just going straight for the face, which I can't blame him for. However, we'll play the Chilliwind Yeti-esque Twilight Drake, and we'll kill the Shattered Sun Cleric. I do need to fight a little bit fair because he's actually getting me pretty hurt with this Flame Imp. I could actually kill something with the Twilight Drake and then heal it back up with the Farseer. That doesn't mean I'm not healing myself, but I'm a warrior. I can heal myself normally. Here's a 5-drop. Is it a Fen Creeper? That would be very annoying. Oh my gosh, look at how good I calls him. And he's going to kill the damaged Golem so that I cannot kill the Fen Creeper, which is pretty smart. Alright, luckily Execute's a pretty good card. So I've got a couple of options here. One is I could just execute the Flame Imp, of course. Another option is I can play the Knife Juggler and the Farseer. The advantage of this is that the Knife Juggler has a 1 in 3 chance of killing the Flame Imp for free. But if it hits the Fen Creeper, it kind of sucks because then I don't have enough mana to execute the Fen Creeper away. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to actually hit the Fen Creeper, execute it, and then I'm going to Farseer my Twilight Drake, because that will enable it to survive against the Flame Imp. So then if he wants to kill something with the Flame Imp, it has to be the Farseer. Now, he's got 6 cards to my 5, soon to be 6, so I'm not actually ahead. And now I'm behind, because he just got an extra card off of that guy. He will hit me in the face. Alright. Well, here I could do the Warsong Commander and Panther. That would let me kill that, and then I could kill that, and I could kill that. Seems good. I mean, I could also do this to kill that guy, but why not put more stuff on the board? So yeah, we'll do this. Oh no, the Panther doesn't charge! I am a very silly man sometimes. Sometimes I'm a very silly man. Oh my god, that was very silly. Okay, damage control is this and this. Because the Squire cannot automatically kill the Warsong Commander. Oh my gosh, that was a bad mistake. That was really bad. I should have just played the Argent Commander. He'll hit my face, and he's going to Hellfire to clear the board. What else is he going to play? A Wild Pyromancer. Alright, so it's 4 cards to 3, but I will catch up because this Argent Commander is a card for me. So we'll do this and kill that. That was a bad mistake last turn. Pretty bad. One of the sloppier plays of this arena. He's got enough health that he can life tap pretty freely here. He's actually going to counter commander me. I haven't said that in a while. Counter commander. Alright, I've got a 1 in 3 chance of killing this infiltrator. This is a very important knife fling that's coming up. So we'll do this. And let's see, I can play the ogre, which is bigger, but then lets the knife juggler out. I can do this to protect the knife juggler. I'm going to do the ogre. Well, hang on. He can hit me for 6 down to 8. Oh, gosh. I need to protect myself. So we're going to do this. See if I get lucky. I don't. And armor up. Pass the turn. Well, this engine does take on both of these guys. And then if the Knife Juggler lives, it's got a very high chance of killing things. My opponent will run in. Does he have a Mortal Coil? No, he just is just going to 2-for-1 Stone Cold. This is a very good drop for him. It gives him a card without having to life tap, and it threatens to kill the Knife Juggler. Oh my gosh. Well, we got an Ogre dropping down, which is good. Stampeding Kodo, huh? Yeah, let's do it. We gotta protect our interests here. Let's Stampeding Kodo. It'll kill something. Knife Juggler could get a lucky fling on the Piglet. It does not. However, I'll just kill the Piglet normally. Armor up. I'm catching up on health. Cards, I'm still doing bad. He's got 4 to my 3. Mortal Coil would get him up on another card, or any sort of comes into play damage minion. Questing Adventure is a little scary because I can't kill it. Uh-oh. Oh no, this is bad. He goes up another card with the Gnomish Inventor. This is a 3/3. The Kodo will kill it, but he has another card! Oh no! This is too big for the Kodo. And the Knife Juggler's dead. I'm in a lot of trouble. Heroic Strike. Well, that's good. So we're going to do this. Heroic Strike. Kill the Questing Adventure before it gets any more out of control. Kill the Pine-Sized Summoner because I can. Okay, so now he's got 3 cards to my 2, soon to be 3. He can get up a 4th with Life Tap. But this Ogre could kill him if he doesn't have a Siphon Soul. If he has a Siphon Soul, I think I probably just lose this game because he would gain health off of that. That would give him an extra Life Tap later on. So it's like an extra card, and it kills an Ogre. He's going to Life Tap, maybe fishing for that Siphon Soul. Does he have a Siphon Soul? He has an Acolyte of Pain, which is going to give him more cards. Man, this guy has so much card draw. And Life Taps. It's been crazy, but luckily he seems to be out of juice. Heroic Strike, not super helpful. Let's think about this very carefully. I can deal 9 plus 4 is 13 damage, take him down to 6 health. Oh, man. I mean, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to do this. Hit him in the face. And then Heroic Striking this seems really, really lame. But if I leave it alive, things like Soulfire and Power Overwhelming let him kill my Ogre off. So I will take a little bit of a bold move. I'm actually going to hit that Gnomish Inventor to maximize the odds of my Ogre surviving. Basically what I'm doing here is I'm gambling that this Ogre can go all the way. He didn't kill the Ogre last turn. I'm gambling he doesn't have a kill for it. He needs to get a Siphon Soul or deal 6 damage with the help of this Acolyte. In 2 cards, it's a little bit far-fetched. Cult Master gets them 2 cards off this Acolyte, but the Ogre still gets to hit him, and then if I draw any weapon at any point, I'll be able to kill him. Man, he has so much card draw. So much card draw! Holy crap on a donkey. Alright, Sea Giant. Well, that's definitely coming down. And I'm definitely armoring up. The question is, do I kill one of his minions or not? He's got 8 damage here. I'll be down to 10 health. With 3 cards. Well, he's going to draw us more cards. I'm going to hit him in the face. I think my odds of winning here are better if I just hit him. So now he can throw stuff into this Sea Giant. But I don't think he can deal 10 damage to me. Oh no! That's bad. That's bad. Alright, so now I'm in a lot of trouble. Bane of Doom and he gets a demon. Oh, Jesus Christ. Luckily it's a Blood Imp, so it's not that big of a deal. I have to get Arcanite Reaper right now or it's over. Wild Pyromancer is not going to do it. Is it worth to even play the Wild Pyromancer? If I hold on to it, no, it's not worth it. I just want ending to play this down. He now has to kill it somehow. Of course, the Big Game Hunter kills it and then draws another card off the Cult Master. Oh my gosh, I don't think I have enough time to get my Arcanite Reaper now. So he does that, gets a card. He's drawn 9 more cards than I have, and he's holding 6 of them. Imp Master. All right, he has Taunt, so now I'm totally fucked because any of my outs require me to attack him. Ah, fuck. That sucks. Yeah. Alright, so this is over. We'll give him a well played. I have no way to get past those 2 taunters and overcome my massive card disadvantage. Well, that was close. I think I took the right gamble. I could have killed the Cult Master and stopped him from drawing cards, but then he still would have had the Bane of Doom and the whatever. That was just a game where he had so much card draw, I could not hold steady. There was a recent arena where I had the same issue. I was like trying to grind someone down, And they kept on, like, just hanging on while just drawing enough cards, while drawing tons of cards. And they were able to win, and that same thing happened here. Card draw is a very powerful thing. So we have to win now to get to 10, and we're up against a mage. The other mages we faced were pretty weak, but you never know. You cannot count on previous weakness to continue. So against most classes, I would keep the Senjin on turn in my opening hand like this, because the Fiery War Axe is so strong. Mages, though, can kill this with a Polymorph or a Fireball. I'm still going to keep it, though, because might as well bait out the Polymorph and Fireball and let my later stuff survive. So I don't have much to do early on, but Fiery War Axe is just so good that if you have that, it doesn't really even matter what the rest of your hand is. You'll probably be fine in the early game. Alright, Twilight Drake should be good. That also is bait for Polymorphs and Fireballs. My opponent did not have a Mana Worm on turn 1, which is sad, because I would have loved to kill it with a Fiery War Axe. And she has nothing on turn 2 either. I am a steadfast believer that you should play your Fiery War Axes on turn 2. And then next turn I can coin a decently big Drake. It'll be a bit smaller because I'm coining it, but because I have to play the coin first, but still worth playing. And Imp Master. Well, it's a pretty good answer to the Fiery War Axe. However, I have an option now, which is to execute it. And since I just drew another execute, I will just go ahead and do that. We'll kill the Imp. Armor up. So I'm going to have a very big Drake. It'll be a huge Polymorph target. But the good news is that I never use the coin, so then I can actually coin a 6-drop on turn 5 and play another 6-drop on turn 6. She's done a good job playing minions that are immune to the Fiery War Axe. But here comes the Drake. Fireball won't quite kill it. She doesn't have enough mana left over to Fire Blast it, but Polymorph will of course take it out. She has an owl! Oh my fucking god. Well, that sucks. A load of horse dongs. And she had a Mana Worm for good measure. Well, that was a pretty good answer to Twilight Drake, I gotta tell ya. Alright, Stampeding Kodo is actually pretty solid here. Let's kill the Mana Worm first. Stampeding Kodo hopefully kills the Gnomish Inventor. And it does. Lucky me. Now the Kodo will also threaten to kill the Ironbeak Owl. So I'm doing alright here, I think. Gonna play some stuff that's somewhat resilient. Of course, this Divine Shield can get pinged off. But what's nice about the Sunwalker is it has to get pinged twice in order to die to a Flame Strike. First up out with the Divine Shield, and then to deal the 5th point damage. Alright, so that happened. The Owl's actually surprisingly annoying here. I could draw a card, but I'm honestly doing fine with cards. I could do this, which is kind of an annoying thing to play against an Ironbeak Owl. I could do the Senjin, but then I'm just armoring up. So, yeah, we'll drop the Sunwalker here and see if she has Polymorph. Fireball or Polymorph will both let her kill it, in conjunction with the hero ability.
Pay attention, class.
Okay, none of those is happening. Arcane Missiles will pop the Divine Shield and give her a student, but will not kill this off. Okay, and it will survive. Because it got hit twice, but she needed to have it hit 3 times. Frothing Berserker is interesting. It does die to Flame Strike. Man, I wish I had a Whirlwind. That would be so great. Whew. This thing does not quite kill the Violet Teacher. This doesn't quite kill it. What is the right thing to do? Man, I kind of wish I had my own Violet Teacher so the coin would, like, give me students and stuff. Alright, well, let's play the Frothing Berserker, I guess. And, Senjin. And see if she has the Flame Strike. This would be left with 1 health. She doesn't have enough mana to Fire Blast it. She could use the Owl to finish it off. Or the Violet Teacher to finish it off. But if she uses the Violet Teacher, then I can execute the Violet Teacher, which is fine. Really would like her not to have a Flame Strike, though, because that... Pretty much anything else she could do here wouldn't be as bad as, for me, as a Flame Strike is. She pointed something at this. I wonder what that is. Was she thinking about a Cone of Cold, perhaps? That would be ballsy. That would make this grow very high, so if she didn't kill it off later, it would be a menace. Flesh and Ghoul. Okay, no Flame Strike. Fireball for the Frothing Berserker gives her a student, which I have a really difficult time dealing with, actually, and it grows the Flesh-Eating Ghoul as well. And now the Flesh-Eating Ghoul is actually big enough to kill this engine. Please tell me that's everything. Alright, that's everything. So I could silence this off. Nah, let's just do this. This seems good. We'll kill off the Flesh-Eating Ghoul this way. We can do this. Execute the Violet Teacher. I could coin Heroic Strike, kill the student. That would actually protect the Senjin. Ah, man, is that actually worth it? To spend this to protect my Senjin? Yeah. I think it is. Weird play for sure, I know. But I got 4 cards to her 4. I'm getting another card off this excellent Gnomish Inventor, and I've got 2 Battle Rages in here, so if I can keep this engine around, it's pretty great. And I'll give me 2 cards off of Battle Rage if I can draw one of them. I've got 2. She gets a card as well. If this thing lives, though, it will kill the Azure Drake, which is fine, and this will die to this engine. So this engine's being around is actually a pretty big deal. Alright, I'm going to do a little bit of a sneaky move. I'm going to play this before drawing cards so that this thing charges and can attack this turn. And then, should I play the Ironbeak Owl to silence that? I'm not really sure what the point of that is. Yeah, there's no point in that. So yeah, we'll just armor up. So let's go ahead and do this, and actually score the first damage of the game. So 4-4 is the card count. If she has more card draw like Arcane Intellect, she could actually get ahead of the game here. Oh my god. Speak of the motherfucking devil. So now she's ahead. If this thing doesn't die though, I've got the Golem combo. But, oh man, this is annoying. War Golem. Well, Arcanite Reaper finally shows up, like, not horribly late. Let's do this. And instead of cashing out the Golem, I'm actually going to cash out the Gnomish Inventor. The reason for that is that I don't want to have this Golem charge into the War Golem and then just, you know, be a 2-1, which will die to Fire Blast. I want this to be around so it can do its thing twice against better targets. And the Owl is basically going to be like a Bluegill Warrior. Oh my god, are you serious? Frickin' Arcanite, or Acolyte of Pain, ruining my life. God, the card draw. Oh no, she healed it up. What a bitch. Well, luckily the Ironbeak Owl is going to be helpful here. So what we're going to do is hit this like so. Silence this to stop any more card draw. The Pyromancer running into that will leave me with 2 creatures at 1 health, which is actually fine, so we'll do it. Armor up. Alright, well, all my cards are on the table. She's basically a Flame Strike away from winning the game, or even a Blizzard away from winning the game. If she has it, she has it. When you're behind, you gotta take risks. She has Mind Control Tech. Well, she steals one of the 2 bad creatures. The Golem or the Warsong would obviously have been better to steal for her. She has a spell, the Wild Pyromancer will die, but it will damage my other stuff as well. Wait, why did that... Oh my gosh, it had charge from the Warsong Commander. That is a very interesting interaction that I did not know about. That just lost me the game. The fact that that thing had charge. Fuck. Well, you win some, you lose some. So this is going to be a 9-win arena. I have not dealt nearly enough damage to the opponent to be able to burn her out, and she has 6 cards to my 2. Oh, Mind Control Tech won her the game. Yeah. No matter which minion she stole, it had charge from the Warsong Commander. So if I had chosen to do things differently, I could have actually potentially won this game, but because I made the decisions I made, I walked into mind control attack and lost. So yeah, I spoke too soon. I had 2 chances to make it to 10, but I didn't. A little bit sad, but still, 9 wins is a solid run, and I'm pretty happy to have gotten this far. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like it and or subscribe to my channel if you want to help me out. We will now take a quick look at the prizes as we get further above 7,500 gold here. Flame Imp. Oh man, if I'd made it to 10, I would not have gotten a non-gold common. So I basically got 55 dust and 160 gold is all that was. Kinda lame. Kinda lame. Ooh, an epic. Doomsayer? I don't know if I have Doomsayer. That might be a new one. We'll see. Nope. Got the Doomsayer. Well, it's still, you know, compared to a common, an extra 95 dust, so that's fine. Let's go ahead and get that Demon Fire disenchanted for 50 dust. And I got a new warrior card, which is a Kor'kron Elite, I believe. Yes, Golden Kor'kron Elite. The next arena, which you will see tomorrow, is a Druid, a Paladin, or a Shaman. Oh boy, I think, well, I'm pretty sure it'll be a Druid or Shaman, but I'm not 100% sure. So thanks for watching again. Please like and or subscribe on your way out, and I'll see you soon.